Hello there everyone, welcome to another video. It is me, Desiree, and it is yearly favorites time. I did try to keep it just products I discovered this year, not necessarily products that I have been using for years and years. And yeah, let's just jump into it. So I have 4 foundations to mention. Well, 2 foundations, a BB cream, and then a tinted moisturizer. This is the number 7 City Light Tinted Moisturizer. I absolutely love this stuff. It is very light coverage though. I want to say it's almost like sheer. It's not going to really cover anything up too much. It kind of will even out your skin tone a little tiny bit, but it's mostly a moisturizer that just happens to have a drop of tint in it. It does have SPF 15. I absolutely adore this stuff. And yeah, if you want something just to kind of give yourself a little something when you're not wearing any makeup, I absolutely love this. I recommend it all the time to people at work. The next one is a BB cream. I kind of put it in the BB cream category, although it's categorized as a skin tint. It is the Collab Oh So Fresh Skin Tint. They did discontinue this, unfortunately. I love this stuff. If you like the It Cosmetics CC cream, but you feel like there's too much coverage to it, great alternative right here. I did still find this in Sally's on the clearance section. So if you happen to find it there, I absolutely recommend this stuff. I love it. I am wearing this one today. It has a really great coverage to it, but it's not over the top. And it's a perfect shade match for me, the one I have anyway. This is the shade Porcelain Ivory. There's a little heavy swatch for you. I adore this stuff. It leaves your face kind of looking really, I was going to say glossy. It's just not matte. You know, it kind of leaves your face looking a little bit wet, like you just put skincare on. I adore this. Next 2 products, the L'Oreal Infallible Longwear Shaping Stick. This is a stick foundation. I have the shade 409 Honey. The dog's over there in the closet, so I'm trying to keep an eye on him. Absolutely love this. I wear this all the time, and I'm surprised I haven't worn it down more because I use it all the time. A couple streaks around the face, blend it out. It's great. It lasts all day long, just like it says. I have a great shade match for me. And they have this in a lot of different shades. So I would say most people can probably find one that matches them. It's great. Wears all day long, doesn't break down really weird or anything. It's awesome. I love it. I've slept in this stuff, and in the morning, it looks worn in the morning, but it's still hanging on there. That's a great product. And it's not too dry either. It's not super emollient, but it's not too dry. Gotta keep an eye on him. It's great. Next one, the Rimmel Lasting Finish. This probably comes as no surprise. I use this all the freaking time. Great shade match for me. This is the shade 103 True Ivory. I know a lot of people give this product grief because of the applicator, but I don't mind it. It's a very thin, liquidy kind of consistency, but I do a couple streaks. I put it on just, you know, whatever. You can blend this out with your fingers, with a brush, with a sponge. I always use a sponge, and it blends out really great. I wear it all the time. I absolutely adore it. It does have SPF 20 in it, but I don't think I use enough of this to make it a sunscreen. Amazing stuff. The shade range, not that great, but the product is really nice. It's kind of like, I was going to say medium coverage, but I would say it's like on the lighter side of medium. It's definitely going to cover and even your skin tone, but it's not going to mask. You're not going to look like you're wearing a lot of makeup, and I just adore it. 3 primers that I love are one of them is an eye primer from Viseart. I have been using this every single day since I started reusing it. I can't remember what eyeshadow I was trying to wear that I used this primer with, and ever since then, I've been using it every day. So I would say it's been about a month or so. But I bought this earlier in the year. I probably bought this like in, I don't know, like March or something. I absolutely love it. It does separate though, so I feel like I have to shake it up every time, and when I squirt it out, it has like the water part will come out of it first. I don't think you need to buy this primer. I just really love eyelid primer in general, and normally I'm a concealer person for eyelid primer, but this is awesome. I really love it a lot. And it doesn't leave your lids too tacky or wet or anything like that. It dries down, but it just kind of gives your eyeshadows a little more vibrancy, and I adore it. Another primer, where has this been all my life? It's the Spackle Tinted Under Makeup Primer from Laura Geller. Amazing stuff. This is awesome. It's moisturizing. I'm going to do a heavy swatch for you. It's moisturizing. I use this as a moisturizing primer all the time, but it has this really great, like pinky, goldy, does that make any sense, kind of pearlescence to it that it gives your face. I use this almost every single day. Even if I'm not wearing makeup, I will put this on just because I love the glossy sheen that it gives to my skin, and it's so beautiful. I love this, and it doesn't interfere with your makeup. It's not going to make your makeup pill or anything like that, because it does absorb into your skin super easily. Adore this stuff. And then the other primer is the Milani Prime Protect. I think this is just a sunscreen, because it doesn't do anything else for my skin except work as a sunscreen. I'm surprised I haven't used this up yet, because I've used this on my face, my hands, arms, and legs, and I can't believe I haven't finished it yet. It's SPF 30. It's a great sunscreen. It also wears really well under your makeup. It's not going to make anything pill or anything like that. Doesn't smell like sunscreen. It has no fragrance whatsoever. It's not thick. It's not hard to rub in your face. This is awesome. One of the best facial sunscreens I've used in a long time. Where to next? Let's talk about blush. There's only one blush that I have a lot of blushes that I love. That I love, and I will do a whole video on all the blushes I love. But there's only one that came into my life and just stole my heart, and it's Laura Geller. This is the shade Pink Buttercream. Holy moly, this is so beautiful. It's a great warm pink. I am wearing this today. Amazing blush. It's baked, but it doesn't feel like it's baked. It doesn't feel scratchy. It picks up really easily on a brush. There's a light swatch there for you. It's great. She has a whole bunch of different shades. I kind of wanted to buy all of them. I'm like, these are the only blushes I'll ever use again. I have to like put this down in order to reach for other things and use what I have, because it's so easy to use. It's beautiful. The pigmentation's great. The sheen, it's amazing. If you guys have tried these, I know you know what I'm talking about, because they're unlike any blush I've ever used, and it's gorgeous. That's the only shade I have too. And that's the only blush I'm going to mention. Bronzer. There was only one bronzer this year that really just blew me away, and it's the Rimmel, dogs are making a lot of noise again, Rimmel Bronzing Palette. You know these kind of palettes. This is beautiful. Of course I am wearing this today. The finish on this and the way it looks on my skin, it reminds me of Hourglass. So I usually just get both of these, dip the brush in both, rub it all over my face. I love it. It's not a matte powder, but it doesn't have any noticeable glitter or shimmer in it. But it's just not matte. Like, I can't describe it. Is it satin? Is that how it kind of looks? I don't know. Beautiful on the skin. I have a feeling they're going to bring this back, because this was on a limited display. But I know they clearanced out all the other palettes like this, so I feel like they're going to have the bronzer, blush, highlight palettes come back for the spring. And I hope they do, because this is the only bronzer that I have to like actively put down to continue using other stuff. It's just great. And I love the finish on it so much. Maybe I'll swatch it for you. I do only use the top two shades. The bottom one, I honestly haven't even touched, because it's just really dark. It's kind of like an eyeshadow almost. And I just love it. I adore this one. That's why it's a favorite, because I adore it. Two face palettes that I have. So I have the Revlon Photo Ready Insta Sculpt palette. I did see these on clearance a couple of days ago, so I hope they're not getting discontinued. But they're kind of expensive for what they are, but I love this thing. I use it all the time. I love that blush shade. It comes with two bronzers here. They're kind of interchangeable. I kind of just dab my brush in both of them. Highlighter, a very, very natural kind of highlight. Kind of reminds me of the effect that the Essence Pure Nude Highlighter gives, where it's not really shiny or shimmery or even like satin. It's kind of just like a little something, especially if you're using a bronzer and a blush like this that are not over the top pigmented. I adore this thing. Love it, love it, love it. I hope it's not getting discontinued. And then this little thing stole my heart. This is the Dior Backstage Glow Face Palette. I don't regret buying this for a second. I love the packaging. I love this clear plastic. I love this. I do have the highlighter on today from this palette. I have it on my cheeks, on my inner corner of my eyelids, and on my brow bone. It's just stunning. I've been trying to do a video on this, and I keep just, I don't know, the lighting just doesn't look perfect, and I just don't, I mean, I don't really care about the lighting being perfect in my videos, but for this kind of palette, look at that. For this kind of a palette, though, I kind of want the lighting to kind of show off the colors a little bit. Obviously, those are concentrated swatches. The white highlight doesn't come off white like that. I do have this on today. I absolutely adore it. When I use the highlighters in here, I kind of dab it like this with the brush rather than buff it in, because I find it'll come out a little too white and kind of stark. So I do like to dab it on. They do have a beautiful, beautiful finish that's, I don't want to say sparkly or glittery, but there's something super special about these highlights that I can't really put my finger on. They're obviously all very shiny. I do use this one as a bronzer, and the blush, I don't use this all together because the blush and the highlights together can be a little much on the face. It'll look a little frosty. Adore this palette. I don't regret buying it for a second. It's one of my absolute favorite finds of the year. A couple of highlighters I have here. This one also I think was limited edition. Unfortunately, it's from Collab. The Face and Eye Highlighting Palette in the shade Fairy Nudes. And this thing I use all the time. I use this thing to death. The only shade I never use is this one here because it's just gross. It's really chunky and flaky. I kind of just pretend it doesn't exist. These two here though, gorgeous highlighters. This is another palette that I have to put down. I gotta put it in a drawer because I'll keep just reaching for it every single day. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just I kind of want to use what I have, you know. Concentrated swatches, obviously they're very metallic. They don't look metallic on the face, but I'm gonna show you that silver one. Ugh, it's just a little much. I don't really like it that much. It's just very flaky. But the other ones are gorgeous. Very, very gorgeous. Reach for that all the time. Unfortunately, I think it was limited edition, but if you're able to find it in a Sally's, I highly recommend that palette. Really, really good. Where can I put it? And then the last two highlighters I want to mention are from Makeup Revolution. They're the Vivid Baked highlighters. I have the shades Radiant Lights and Peach Lights, and they do look the same. I don't like the packaging on these. I want to kind of depot them, but I don't really know how, because it doesn't look like they're inside of a pan. But anyway, they do look the same in the pans, kinda. On the face, they freaking pop on your face. They're beautiful. I'm gonna swatch these kind of heavy for you. And they do kind of look the same again in swatches, but I promise on the face they look a little bit different. They're gorgeous. These are so pretty. They just freaking pop on your face. They don't look white. They don't look glittery or shimmery. There's something very special about this formula that even though in the pan it looks matte or it looks like flat, kind of, maybe not. I don't know. There's something special about this formula that I just absolutely adore on my face, and I love it. Even though I don't really care for this brand too much, the packaging's kind of blah, but the product inside, awesome. All right, I will mention eyeshadows last because I have kind of a few. So let's talk about this setting spray. This is the Makeup Revolution Pro Fix Spray. Gotta give credit where credit is due. Makeup Revolution knows what they're doing with setting sprays. This is bomb. There's probably about right here in this thing. I'm gonna save this and refill it with my other sprays that have sprayers that I hate. The nozzle on this thing sprays like the perfect mist where you can feel it touching your face, but it's not too light where you feel like you're not touching your face. There's nothing direct about it. It's not drippy. There's no splotches on your face. Perfect, perfect nozzle on this. Or is it an atomizer? Atomizer? Anyway, it's awesome. I absolutely adore this stuff. It really does work, and I love it. That's a great setting spray. The best one I tried all year. 3 mascaras I want to mention. The No. 7 Lash Impact Lash Primer. I use this as a lower lash mascara because it's waterproof, and it reminds me of the Estee Lauder Little Black Primer a lot. I rarely use it as an eyelash primer just because I don't really think I need that, but as a lower lash mascara, this is my go-to. It is just a classic little bristle wand like this. Great, it's a great thing. It doesn't smudge, smear, anything like that on the lower lashes, and I really like it. This one came in just a couple months ago, maybe even a month ago. The L'Oreal Unlimited Mascara stole my heart. It's amazing. I do have a video on this. I'll link down below if you're interested in watching it. It is a first impressions. It has a plastic bristle wand. It does bend like this, which I kind of feels a little gimmicky, but it does kind of make it easy to put the mascara on. But I rarely use it like that anymore. The formula in this is great. It builds on itself well to an extent. Don't overdo it because it is going to get sticky. One quick coat, another one if you want to quickly, and it's going to last all day long. Your lashes are going to look amazing. I sell the crap out of this at work. I love it a lot. And then another one, I don't have the original, I only have the waterproof to show you, but the Lancome Monsieur Big Mascara in the small size is amazing. I absolutely love this. I don't really notice a difference with the waterproof one, honestly, but I just haven't used this one as much. A really cool looking brush here, a great formula. Thickens, lengthens, volumizes, makes my lashes look like they're fake. I love this stuff. I haven't tried a full size before because I'm kind of stuck on the minis, but it's great. Great mascara there. And of course, the eyeliners of the year are the Revlon Cream Gel Eyeliners. Oh my gosh. Where did these come from and where did they go? These were on a display and they're gone. I haven't seen them since, because people leave comments once in a while like, where did you buy those? Where did you find those? Walgreens is where I found them, but I haven't seen them lately. But someone left a I think Breezy left a comment on one of my videos saying she checked on the Revlon website and it said coming soon. I hope they bring these back for spring because they are gorgeous. I have all the shades. They last all freaking day. They don't travel down below your lash line. They're just gorgeous. So the black one, and then the one I have here is called Cashmere Plum. I'm wearing the plum one today. They're great eyeliners. They're creamy. They're smooth. They'll go on your inner waterline. Super easy, but they won't move. I love these things. Absolutely adore them. I hope they bring them back. And last but not least, we have eyeshadows. First off, the Natasha Denona Mini Sunset Palette. One of my favorite buys of the year. I love this formula, and this palette is something super special. The shadows in here are just rich. They feel rich. They have some great consistency. They have great, what's the other word I'm looking for? Like, I mean, look at that. They're really rich. They have a great, like, there's something special in this formula that I just think is amazing. The shades all go really well together. I wear this all the time. And it kind of makes me realize how long it takes to use eyeshadow up, because as much as I've used this, I feel like I should have hit pan in one of these shades at least, but I'm not even close. You don't need a whole lot to build up and build up and build up. It's just going to look great. Oh, I just love that little thing. And it did make me want to go try other Natasha Denona palettes, and I bought 2 other ones like this, and this is the best of all of them. They don't all have the same formula. Awesome, awesome, awesome thing little there. Awesome. What was that? Awesome palette there. I feel like I just said nonsense. Anyway, the next one is the Too Faced Tickled Peach palette. I feel like this is going to be a permanent palette. This is on Sephora's website right now, and it doesn't say limited edition anymore. Because when I first bought it, it did say limited edition. This is how it looks. The scent is growing on me. I used to hate this smell, and now I almost like it. I don't know what it is. I think it's growing on me. Oh my gosh, this feels very similar to the Natasha Denona, the Mini Sunset palette. Very rich shades. They just feel so good. Even the mattes just have a great, like, I swatched them kind of heavy, so they're kind of crumbly. They're just great. These are those kind of ones you're going to keep wanting to touch because they feel so... Is there a better word to describe them than rich? I don't think so. It's just amazing. They blend so well. All the shades in here go together really well. I know Emily Noel 83 did a video on this, or not, she mentioned it, that you can use a few of these shades on your face. I haven't tried that yet, but you can use anything on your face too, but I haven't tried that yet. But this, I hope it's going to be a permanent palette, because this is one of the best things Too Faced has made in recent memory. I love that thing. The palette I'm wearing today, and this is another palette that I can't believe I haven't hit pan on one of these shades because I use it all the time, is the Rimmel Magnifies Electric Violet Edition. They did release a bunch of these palettes this year, but this is the one I reach for over and over and over. I absolutely love it. I do have this on today. The shades aren't over pigmented, so you do have to kind of build them up a little bit, but I don't mind that at all. I love the purple that I get from here. It's not over the top. The shades in here are not rich and smooth and creamy like the other ones were. They're kind of on the drier side. But I don't get any fallout with them either. So I'm not really going to swatch them because the swatches are not that great. You're going to be turned off, I think, by the swatches. But I really love this palette. I like a lot of the palettes that came out with this year. But this is one I keep reaching for all the time. And it's my most used of that collection. And I'm wearing it today. Alright. Collab. This brand is doing it right. I love this thing. So this is the Collab eyeshadow palette. And they're Palette Pros. This is the shade Tropic Like It's Hot. I love this. I like all of the palettes I have from this brand. The formula, I think, is what I like the most. It's not necessarily the palette and the shade selection, although this one is really beautiful. A lot of these shades feel very similar to Too Faced, that Too Faced palette, where they feel really, really rich. Like they have a great... What's the word I'm trying to think of? I can't think of, like, the word I'm trying to make something up, I guess. Where's that swatch at? There's that one, and there's that one. There's 2 more swatches right there. Really beautiful palettes, very underrated eyeshadow formula, in my opinion. I did mention this in a video called Underrated Eyeshadow Formulas. Great palettes there. I love collecting those. I like using them. I love the color selections. I hope Collab continues to just grow and grow and grow because it's a great brand and it is very underrated. Okay, 2 more palettes left. I know you're going to know what these are. The first one is the Revlon Looks Book Palettes. This is the only one I brought out to show you. This is the shade Enigma. Oh my gosh, these are so freaking great. They blend well. There's no fallout on your face. There is a little dustiness in the palette. Not dustiness, but it does kick up a little bit in the palette here. The shade selections in here are gorgeous. This is the most recent one I used. That's why it's kind of just right there to grab. Let me swatch a few from you here. The pan sizes are narrow, obviously. But I'm going to there's a few swatches there for you. This is a great palette. I absolutely adore these things. I think that they are hopefully going to be part of their permanent line this coming spring. This is from Revlon, if I didn't say that. Gorgeous. Gorgeous little palettes. I do have a video when I talked about a few of these, so I'll link that down below. And then the #1 palette of the freaking year. Say it with me. Maybelline City Minis. Oh my god. These have just stolen my heart. One of my absolute favorite formulas I've ever used. Maybelline just knocked it out of the park with these palettes in my opinion. I know not everyone likes these because every time I talk about them, someone will leave a comment saying it was kind of dusty or they got a lot of fallout or they don't like it, whatever. I love it. I get along so well with this formula, especially the mattes. I don't usually like matte eyeshadows, but I love these mattes. This is one I have been wearing like crazy. This shimmery shade in here is so gorgeous with these really cool toned shades in here. This is the shade called Diamond District. These little palettes have just stolen my heart. These are a softer pressed formula, so you are going to get some kick up in the pan. I kind of swatched over. Let me clean that off a little bit. You are going to get a little bit of kick up in the pan because it is a softer formula, but it's, I don't know, I don't mind it at all. It doesn't interfere with the way the shadows perform, the way they last, anything like that. Let me re-swatch that for you so you can see. All right, that's a little bit better. I just absolutely adore these. That one looks more metallic when I swatch it there than it does on the lid. This one here, it's like a really nice shimmery glitter that I've been using like on the inner part of the lid with the cooler toned eyeshadows. This is so good. And not just this one, this whole little line they have, the formula, I just get along with it so well. And people that maybe don't like it, I would say keep playing with it. Find the brushes that you love that work with this kind of a formula because this is an underrated eyeshadow formula, and I adore it. I think it needs to get more love. And I think that is everything. Those are all the products I just loved this year. I couldn't put down my best discoveries of the year. Whoa, what a long video. If you stayed this long, I appreciate it so much. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in another video. Goodbye.